When I was out shopping at a home goods store, I came across this big shadow box. And in this shadow box, oh, it was probably, I would say it was probably 2 feet by 2 feet big. Like, it was pretty big. They had some gold feathers in a circle on a canvas type background. And guess how much they were charging for this? $129. Now, clearly it was too high of a price because it was already marked at 50% off. But still, $129 at 50% off is ridiculous for this project, especially when we can make something similar out of our paper at home. My name is Nikki and I'm with Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures, and we are going to be using supplies from the 12 by 12 cardstock shop. So I have shadow boxes that are 12 by 12, and so all I really need is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, which we have here. This is the Encore Snowy White cardstock, and that is going to be my background. I have also created some paper flowers out of the Encore paper using the Snowy White and then the pink champagne. And all I did is I used a punch to punch these out, and then I shaped them. You can check out my other video this month to show how I shaped these flowers. And then I used a die for some leaves, all things that are kind of basic that you probably already have. You can use a cut file, you can use dies, you can use punches, all that kind of stuff. My version of this is going to be a little bit different because my craft room colors are white, pink, gold, and black. I'm also going to add some Distress Oxide here to pull it all in together and make a little bit of a wreath. I have this circle. Now you can use bowls, you can use your cut file again to make a circle. And I'm just going to draw very, very, very lightly on the inside border here so I get a nice round circle. This will tell me where I can put my Distress Oxide, where I can put my flowers. But I want it to be very light because once I put this on top, I won't be able to erase the pencil mark anymore. So I just have to be very cognizant of what I'm doing here. And I've shaped all of these already, ready to go, so that I can just glue them on. And so what I'm thinking is I'm just going to go around in the circle with my flowers on that line. But first I want to add a background. So to do that, I'm going to grab my Distress Oxide and spun sugar, and that's the closest match to the pink champagne by Encore. And I'm going to do the kissing technique, which I've showed in a previous video, but it's always good to remember. Just a piece of trash, really, is what I did. I pulled it out of my trash. And then I'm going to add my color to it, add some water to get it to kind of move around on here. I don't really want it to be a square, right? I'm gonna drop it off a little bit here, and we're just gonna kind of go around in the circle. And this is a very light pink, so I'll probably have to do multiple layers so that you can really see it on my background. Now this is definitely different than my inspiration. How easy would it be to just cut out some feathers and put them in a circle? Well, I decided I'm going to jazz it up a little bit with the flowers and stems and the Distress Oxide. Okay, now that I've got my pink, you can barely see it on there, and that's okay. I just wanted it as a background. I'm going to start adding some flowers and leaves, and I'm going to be kind of haphazard with this because I want it to look that way. So make sure I'm following the line of the pencil mark. Kind of get that on there. My paper is warped because of the way that I have all this set up, and that's okay. We are going to be okay with that for now. And I'm going to kind of alternate, I think. Actually, what I might do, let's see if I have enough here going around. Kind of plan it out first, I guess, a little bit more than what I was anticipating to plan it out with. And that's okay. You know, we adapt and take a look at all of this to see what this will look like when we are done. Okay, that looks pretty good. And that will go under there. Okay, we're gonna do it just like that. How does that look? I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna add my art glitter glue. I've transitioned to a Nuvo bottle, which you can find the art glitter glue, the paper, the Distress Oxide even on the 12 by 12 cardstock shop website. they've got all of your paper crafting needs, which is pretty cool. Their specialty is cardstock though. So say you are a person who loves doing cut files. This paper is beautiful with cutting. It did a great job with my dies and my punches for this project. I know they have a whole bunch of inspiration on Instagram and their blog. On their website, there's a little blog area where the design team has written out instructions for different projects, which is fantastic because you get even more ideas. All just inspiration to help you be creative with your paper. It's a grand old time. So I really like this stark contrast between the pink and the white on the background. I think that's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I like how so far these are poking up. I am doing a shadow box after wall. I have the ability to allow these to poke up, which is not typical for a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, right? Like in a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, you want these to be pretty flat so that they fit in your album. But with a shadow box, you get to be a little extra dimensional, which is great. Love it. I love the simplicity and the black and white on this so far. And look, I have just enough on here to make the entire circle. And I have a couple extra flowers. I've got the gold here as well, so I can go back in and I can add stuff to these, like maybe like that, you know, add a little bit, a little bit. Okay, these are different direction, which is fine. We might just go back around and pick a couple areas. I think maybe over here. With a shadow box, you have to remember that there's about 1/4 of an inch around where the frame is actually going to go. And I think what I'll do is I'll frame this in black because I really want the gold to stand out. That looks fantastic. Okay. And then I feel like I need something in the middle, like a title or something like that, but I may not need it. Okay, so then I've got some of these individual petals here too, where I can just add maybe out a little bit where these are poking. I think I have enough. Looky there, looky there. Looks good. I'm gonna go the opposite direction with this. Okay, like that. Yeah, sweet. Oh, I really like how this is coming together. Okay, so I'm gonna add glue, and I'm not adding much. I'm just adding it to the ends because I really want the dimension there, right? I'm adding a little bit more to the stems because they do have to kind of stand down a little bit more. I really like how this is turning out so far. What do you guys think? Have you done any shadow box projects? List in the comments. Have you used your inspiration from shopping around? Like, look at that. I'm using all the gold. I'm adding in the black. I've added in the pink. It's fun to add decor pieces like this that will emphasize my color scheme. Now, I have these in the 3 different colors that I can kind of scatter all around. I used my hole punch on this to get the center of the flowers, which I think is perfect. But now I kind of want to fill in some spots around, and I will just add dabs of glue and then randomly pick. That looks good. Some colors out of here. So there's a pink one, and this is kind of like my finishing touches, right? Now these come from a border punch. I'm pulling in all the tools this time around. Ooh, that's cute. Okay, so I can add more. Right, I'm gonna kind of go off a little bit. I've got plenty of them. I don't want the same colors next to each other. So let's go in with the pink and add those. And a black one there. Add some gold and black. Okay, let's double check. Everything looks like it's holding pretty well. That's why I really like art glitter glue. It dries clear. It's great for projects like this. I feel like I need something right in here. So let's do boom, boom. Maybe something right here. And then right here. Okay, hopefully that. Gold right here and a black. And I'm pretty much done with all of my pieces here. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to the 12 by 12 cardstock shop for more paper crafting tutorials.